Sorry, I caught a case of magasitis on this Saturday, but you don't have to deal with that anymore. It's all over. I had a little bit to drink, so I'm going to explain this the best that I can. Today's video is going to talk about knees. Wow, something different. It's not hands this time. Before we understand how to draw the knees, what we have to understand is what is underneath the skin. So let's take a look first at the diagram on the right. So look at how this sac here pushes the knee forward out of the leg. The leg from this angle is sort of straight, but this sac causes this disruption here. This is the role of the sac in terms of creating depth for the knee. However, the shape that is shown here on the knee is not actually the shape of the sac. It's the shape of the bones beneath the sac. So for example, if we're drawing a knee here, this knee isn't going to look like this. It's going to look more so like something like that. So I stand corrected here. It actually does look like the main shape is the shape of the sac. However, this is just the majority of the shape here, right? We got the sac, but I want you to think about it like there's just like a not even that big, like a tiny little thing there. This represents the separation of the upper leg here, the femur, and the lower leg here, the fibula. So it's important to understand that there's two levels of bulges happening here, right? The first bulge is coming from the sac, and the second bulge is coming from these bones. The second bulge is coming from the bones here. So let me try and draw an example here of what I'm talking about. So here we have a shadow indicating the depth of the first bulge, as we can see. It's not this dramatic. It's not this dramatic, but I'm exaggerating the shadow here to get my point across better. But you can practice it. You can look at images of the anatomy and apply the theory in a more realistic way. And then this is sort of the second layer of the bulge on top of that. Let me try and explain this better. So imagine this is the leg, right? The first bulge of the knee is like an upside down bowl. Again, exaggerating here. However, we can think of these shadows here of the bones as little rocks on top of this bowl here. They're not as dramatic. You're not going to see them from afar. It's not going to be as apparent that that's what you're looking at. But if you zoom in closer, it does start to add like this extra layer of detail, which is going to bring your knees up to the next level. Thank you very much. I hope this helped.